Did you know there are chemicals and pesticides in your pads and tampons? You may not know this, but your pads and tampons are chock full of chemicals and pesticides. That is so alarming because, as you know, your pad or tampon is sitting right against your skin or inside your body. Therefore, those chemicals are getting through the mucosal surface and into your system very, very easily. This is something that we want to avoid because pesticides and chemicals often are hormone disruptors, and they are adding to the imbalances that women face every day with their hormones. Like this video and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell for notifications so that you never miss a video. Hi, I'm Dr. Annie Savage. I'm a naturopathic doctor and I know women's health. Today we are talking all about the vagina. When women have unbalanced hormones, they experience much worse symptoms with their periods than they should be. So if you're experiencing large clots in your period blood, irregular cycles, very painful cramping, bloating, breast tenderness, acne, or infertility, you are experiencing hormonal imbalances. And one of the causes to those imbalances could be the use of your pads and tampons. There are 5 chemicals found in tampons and pads. They are rayon, titanium dioxide, cotton, fragrances, and BPA. Let's break each one of these down. Have you ever used a menstrual cup instead of pads or tampons? Tell me about it in the comments below. Rayon is made from wood pulp and it has a very, very high absorbency rate. So it is helping your tampon absorb the blood at a faster rate. The problem with this being a chemical that's sitting inside your body is that it also allows for bacterial growth. So Staphylococcus aureus is one of the bacteria that grow more rampantly with this rayon. So when your pad or tampon has rayon in it, it's more absorbent, but you're also at a higher risk for toxic shock syndrome, which is caused by Staphylococcus aureus bacteria. Toxic shock syndrome is a life-threatening condition that can be caused by bacterial growth that can be found in pads and tampons. That is why on your tampon box, it tells you to change that tampon every 4 to 8 hours in the very least to avoid this toxic shock syndrome. The warning signs of toxic shock syndrome are a very high temperature, so a fever like you're overheating, flu-like symptoms, feeling very ill, diarrhea, dizziness, and fainting. If you're experiencing any of these symptoms and you've either had an open wound or a tampon in place, then you should be calling 911. Our second chemical makeup is cotton. So most often tampons are made of cotton and rayon, so they have this higher absorbency. Cotton has less absorbency than rayon, that's why it's often paired together, but our cotton is often sprayed with chemicals and pesticides. So you are better off getting 100% organic cotton tampons if you're going to use tampons. Titanium dioxide is an environmental pollutant that has been linked as an endocrine disruptor and has increased risk in causing cancer. So this is found in very small amounts in tampons. The problem is that it is not studied well enough to know that it is safe for women or unsafe, but it is found in very small amounts on all of those inorganic tampons. Fragrances are our 4th chemical. If you're not buying organic tampons, there may be fragrances or other organic compounds with strong smells associated with them in your tampon. These chemicals are typically endocrine disruptors and will affect the hormonal balance. Again, this is something that actually is not studied very well, so we cannot say for sure whether they're safe or unsafe for our tampons. Lastly, we have BPA. You've probably heard of this chemical as it was talked about a lot within plastics. So it is a chemical found in plastic and it can be associated with your tampon based on the applicator tip. So some of those applicator tips are plastic and have this BPA in them. So it can be leaking onto the actual tampon, or your body could be absorbing it as you put the tampon in. So it's another chemical that ideally we should be avoiding. Your best option for pads and tampons would be 100% organic tampons. That way you know that you don't have these extra chemicals, environmental pollutants, and hormone disruptors sitting inside of your body. We obviously don't want that. An alternative to pads and tampons would be a menstrual cup. Menstrual cups are made of either rubber or silicone, so they don't have any chemicals associated with them, and they're very flexible, so they can be folded up to be inserted, and then they sit around the end of your cervix and catch that blood. They are a great option because they can actually hold 2 times more blood than pads and tampons. Menstrual cups are also more environmentally friendly as they are not disposable. You can reuse them up to 5 years. So you have this one-time cost or investment for up to 5 years, saving you on pads and tampons every single month. There are a lot of brands for menstrual cups out there right now. We have the Keeper Cup, Moon Cup, Lily Cup, Blossom Cup, Diva Cup, Lilette Cup, and the Nixit Cup. If you're looking to naturally balance your hormones and have an easygoing, pain-free period, download my free guide below to learn the 4 ways that your hormones become out of balance and 4 ways to naturally bring them back into balance. Like this video and subscribe to our channel for more videos on all things women's health and naturally balancing your hormones.